Super Bowl MVP and current NFL broadcaster Phil Simms. Phil, the Cowboys and the Vikings really stumbling out of the gate. Do you think either one of these teams should be hitting the panic button right now?
Well, I was one of those experts that thought they would probably be pretty good this year. But I hit the panic button. Listen, the NFL, it's always about panic. It's now. Let's get it done this week. Today in practice, it's always the sense of urgency. And, yeah, there's no doubt because the attention and just how rough the league is, panic maybe is not the word, but the sense of urgency is definitely there for both of them.
Okay, let's go from the good to the bad. A number of teams getting off to surprising 2-0 starts. The Chiefs, the Bucks, Dolphins, and Texans. Do you think any of them are built for the long haul?
Well, that'll be, I hate to downplay teams that have gotten off to a wonderful 2-0 start, but I think the Texans are a team, we can go by their history. Their offense has been very good for years. Now it looks better because their running game definitely looks like it's got the power, and they have the ability to close out games, either throwing it or running it now. And when this is all said and done, their great offensive ability, it should help their defense. The defense, you can say what you want. I think they've struggled the first 2 weeks, even though they're 2-0. My gosh, they're giving up record yards, and they're going to have to fix that. The pass defense is going to have to get better. But the Texans, they're built to get it done this year. They're experienced enough to get it done this year, and we'll see if they can do it.
Phil, the Steelers also 2-0, and they're doing it with defense, led by a healthy Troy Polamalu. Can you make the case that Polamalu is just as valuable to the Steelers as Ben Roethlisberger, who, as you know, is serving his suspension?
Yeah, I think you can. I think when Troy Polamalu is out there, he makes so many plays. He really is like a quarterback that makes a lot of big completions down the field. I think he gives their team confidence. I think they do more when he's out there. He's an unbelievable blitzer. He is probably the top freelancer in the NFL. In other words, he leaves his position and goes over and helps people and makes dynamic plays, all just because that's who he is, and they allow him to do that. So Troy Polamalu still but how about that play he made this past week? Jumping over the lineman and sacking Kerry Collins on a quarterback sneak. I don't know if I've ever seen it done that well.
Brett Favre has not looked good this season. How much of his poor play can we put on his shoulders, or how much could be due to a lack of playmakers at wide receiver?
Well, I think there's three things. The lack of playmakers, the fact that he's played two good defenses here to start the year, and I love Brett Favre. I think he's the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen in NFL in the history. And I've seen a lot of old films of all the old guys. But when he says, well, we just haven't gelled, well, whose fault's that? You show up. I know his foot and all that, but you can't expect to gel when you come there 10 days before the start of the season or when you're going to play. And last year they were fortunate. They played some teams that they were much better than early in the year. It allowed him to get into the flow. This year he wasn't as fortunate. They played two good defenses, and they got exposed early. So hey, can they do it? Yes, but it's going to be rough.
Finally, I understand you've teamed up with FedEx. What are the details?
Well, FedEx, at the Air and Ground Awards this year, it's all about the fans voting to determine winners. They go to NFL.com/FedEx to vote for the Air and Ground nominees, and those votes determine the winners, and those winners will have $2,000 donated in their name to a local Safe Kids coalition. And that's about pedestrian safety, helping school zones, kids on bikes, walkers, the buses, everything that can create a problem around school and through the town. And FedEx has been doing this for 8 years, and they've put in over $13 million to helping these areas safe. So it's a great program, and it's really fueled by the fans who continue to vote and allow me to come on to your show today and talk about it.
Thanks, Phil. We appreciate you taking the time, and we appreciate your insights. Remember, FoxSports.com has you covered for all your football needs. I'm Brian Weber. We'll see you next time.
This week on Fox NFL Sunday.